everybody, I am Liz and it is time for another Top 5 Wednesday video. Today's topic is your most favorite polarizing books. That means that in the reading community, people either really love the book or they really hated it. And I found that this was really hard for me to come up with 5 books that were my favorite, because usually when there's a huge polarizing book, I find myself on the dislike spectrum. So I really had to dig deep with what I knew about when people were discussing it in either the community or when I actually talked to people, or I just got hints off of Goodreads. So I kind of jimmied the rules to make 5 books really fit in with this topic. The first book is Allegiant by Veronica Roth. This is the last book in the Divergent series, and I feel like a lot of people didn't really care for the direction that Veronica Roth took in the series, whether it was in Insurgent or in Allegiant itself. So a lot of people rated this lower than the Divergent book itself because a lot of people really loved the first Divergent book. It was just that journey that really made people fall off the radar, and I absolutely loved it. The second book I have is The Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba, and I'm not saying that it's polarizing because most of the people who actually end up reading this book absolutely love it. I'm saying that it's polarizing because out of the people who read this story, most of them don't continue on in the series, and I don't exactly know why that is, and that to me is a shame. I absolutely loved this series when I read it in high school. The next book I have is purely just from me doing a little bit of research on Goodreads, and that is The Leftovers by Tom Perrotta. This doesn't have a very high rating on Goodreads, and I don't exactly know why. I absolutely loved the book. I felt like this post-rapture society is very believable and very realistic, and I know a lot of people who have read this book either really love it or they've watched the TV series and absolutely love it. So I'm still not exactly sure why it has such a low rating on Goodreads, but it does, and so that is why I think it's, I guess, a polarizing book, because maybe not a lot of people like the story even though they really like the TV show itself. The fourth book I have is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I feel like a lot of people really love the book, but when the movie came out and it was very big in discussion with the community and even me just talking about it with my friends and my coworkers, I got a lot of different reviews on it. Some people really disliked the apparent message that they got from either the book or the movie, and so because of that, a lot of people ended up disliking it for one way or another. And I know it has a really high rating on Goodreads because many people love the book, but they still really disliked the message that they got from the book. And so I've been in a lot of discussions about it, and that is why I'm including it on this list. The last book I have is one of my favorite reads from 2015, and that is Hit by Delilah Dawson. This is a fairly underrated book. However, a lot of people are very mixed in their reviews of the story. I absolutely loved it, and I felt like the post-apocalyptic type of scenario and story was very believable for me. However, one of my friends read it and he actually didn't really care for the story. So I feel like this book itself is also very polarizing, whether you like it or you don't feel like it's believable or you think it's boring. I don't know. I absolutely loved it. So those are the 5 books that I have come up with. I will say that recently one of the most polarizing books out there is probably The Raven Boys or The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. This has so many good reviews on like BookTube and on Goodreads. However, I absolutely disliked it, and I feel like the more popular it becomes, the more people are coming out with reasons why they dislike the book. And so I feel like this is emerging into being a very polarizing story. Please let me know in the comments down below what is some of your favorite polarized books. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!